The real truth behind the NFL protests and the lies of the mainstream media. First, let me say, I did not want to make this video. I really didn't. But watching the mainstream media and the obvious bias and outright lies that have been propagated over the NFL protests has brought my frustration level to the breaking point. Every single news station, including sports channels now like ESPN and Fox News, have twisted the numbers, and I see the same twist to make it look like the kneelers are right in their protest of police shootings of African Americans. The mainstream media, and again including ESPN and Fox Sports, have kept twisting the stats to lie and push their narrative that police shoot black and brown Americans at a disproportionate number. They are right about the disproportionate part, but they are completely wrong about the numbers. And the numbers I claim are from the Bureau of Justice Statistics, and I actually double checked them with the FBI statistics, and they both say basically the same thing. In fact, the FBI statistics make it a little bit worse for the African American community and the protesters, so I used the better of the numbers. And let's go over these numbers. 13% of America are African American. 24% of victims of police shootings are African American. That are the numbers that fit the mainstream media's agenda of racism. And of course, those are the numbers that the mainstream media have been reporting on every single one of their stations, in every single report. But here are the numbers that truly matter, the truly relevant statistics. 51% of all violent crimes in America are committed by African Americans. And this includes 52% of murders are committed by African Americans. 24% of victims of police shootings are African American. So the mainstream media political hacks are right. The numbers are disproportionate. Unfortunately for them, and for these protesters, and all the people out there saying that police are racists, the numbers prove the opposite is true. Less African Americans are shot by police than should be, and this is according by the numbers, not by my personal opinion. In fact, double the amount of African Americans have to actually be shot by police to bring these numbers to parity, or even. Yet the protests were about racism and police shootings. And the twist in the numbers by the protesters and the mainstream media would have to triple to match their perception. That's right. Reality would have to actually triple for the African American victims of police shootings for the protesters and the mainstream media to be telling the truth. But reality is reality. And again, it once again shows the obvious lies of both the protesters and the mainstream media that are propagating these lies. Numbers don't lie. Partisan, agenda-driven hacks do.